Hi, welcome to the basic kettlebell workout. It is perfect for beginners, but anyone can do this workout. It's pretty well self-correcting because it uses an AMRAP format, which means as many reps as possible during 3 7-minute sessions. So you're going to set your alarm for 7 minutes and do as many of the exercises working sequentially through the exercises. If you are more skilled and have been doing physical fitness for a while, you can move through very quickly and get through 3 or 4 sets. If this is your first time doing it, you're just going to try to get through 1 set. And it's also beautiful because you will be able to see your physical fitness increase. If you do this every week, you'll be able to see the first time you do it, maybe you only get through 1 time. By the time 6 weeks later, you'll be able to do this workout and you're going to be able to physically see that you can go through more exercises and get more sets in. So you'll be able to see how your body is getting stronger, faster, and just more physically fit overall. I'm going to go through the first 4 exercises pretty quickly so that you'll be able to see what you need to do. You can pause the video after that and then come back to me after you're done. The first exercise, we're going to start with lower body. You're going to do a goblet squat. We're going to keep that kettlebell nice and close to your chest. When you pull it away from your chest, you start to put tension in your lower back. So keep that kettlebell nice and close to your chest. You're just going to do a squat. Those feet are about a little more than shoulder width apart, about shoulder width. Toes are slightly out. You're going to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Make sure that your knees are not breaking first. If your knees break first, you're going to go over your toes. You want to think about your hips breaking first. I sit back just like I'm sitting in a chair. Go all the way back. I go down to where my knees touch my elbows, but if you need to stop here and push back up, that's fine. If you're a beginner, you're just going to bend down and up. You're driving through those heels, but making sure that the hips are going back first. Keep that kettlebell nice and close. The second thing that you are going to do is an upright row. For upper body, keeping those hips tucked. Make sure that you're not sticking your butt out and making sure that you're hyperextending your back. You want to keep those hips slightly tucked, and you're just going to pull that kettlebell up, keeping those elbows up, slow on the way down. Controlling it up, slow on the way down. 10 reps of that. After that, you're going to drop the kettlebell, go to the ground, and we're going to do 10 crunches. You're going to lay on the ground, trying to make sure that you're pushing that lower back into the ground, and I just raise up. I have my hands here, but they're not pulling on my neck. And then back down. Nice and controlled motion. If you want to keep your arms down here to keep from pulling up on your neck, you can just do that. I'm just coming up, squeezing those, that core nice and tight and releasing. 10 reps of that. Followed by that, you're going to do the basic kettlebell swing. You're thinking about hinging at the hips. As I do that, the kettlebell comes back behind me and I pull it forward. Come back and forward. You want to think about hinging at the hips, not squatting down. That's what I mostly see, is I see people doing this. Down like this and up. Down and up. And they're using a lot of shoulder momentum. Or the other thing that I see mostly is when they come forward, they really control that on the way down. Let the kettlebell swing. You want to let it come back behind you. You're using the momentum of your hips, kicking it forward, letting it fall right back down and go right back into it. You can do 10 of those. Once you complete those 10, you're going to go right back to the goblet squat and start all the way from the beginning again. And get as many reps in as you can during that 7-minute period. After that's done, you can come back to me. Great job, you got your first 7 minutes in. We're going to start on the second 7 minutes. We're going to start with your legs again. You're going to find either a bench if you're at the gym. You can use a step, especially if you're a beginner. I would suggest just starting with the step. All right, we're going to start with the step up. I'm going to keep, again, that kettlebell needs to stay nice and close to my body. If I put it out here, I immediately feel tension in that lower back. So keeping it nice and close to the body. I step up with my right leg. I'm thinking about using this leg to lift me up, not pushing off with the bottom leg. So I got this kettlebell nice and tight. I step up. You can step up to the bench. Back down with both legs. I'm going to switch legs. This time I'm stepping up with my left leg. Up and back down. Rotating back and forth. You're going to do 10 reps of that. You're going to follow that up with your upper body is going to be using your back. You're going to do a one-arm row. I put my right leg back and my left leg forward. I'm leaning over on that left leg with that left arm. The kettlebell's in that right hand, the same hand that has the leg back. Keeping that body nice and straight and that core nice and strong. I'm going to keep that elbow in tight and pull that elbow up. As I'm doing that, I'm keeping that shoulder blade, thinking about keeping it tucked and nice and tight, squeezing at the top. Slow on the way down, squeezing at the top, controlling on the way down. Make sure as you let it come down, you don't come all the way down and let that pull that out of alignment. You're trying to keep that core nice and strong. Okay, you're going to do 10 on that side, switch sides, come over and do 10 on this side. After that, we're going to do tabletop for your core. Just going to lay down on the ground. As I'm laying here and I'm keeping my my core pushed down into the ground, I put my hands here just for support. If you lift up and put your hands there, you're going to hyperextend your back. As you roll over, it's going to cause you to arch your back. You want to put it just at the base of your sit bones. Tabletop, we bend our legs. The more bent they are, the easier the exercise is. So if you're a beginner, you want to keep them pretty well bent at that 90 or less. If you're more advanced, you're going to keep them out here. You're just dropping those feet down, trying to touch the heels, and coming back up. Dropping them down, touching the heels, trying to make sure you get all the way down to touch a light tap of the heels and back up. Beginners, you're just going to come down like this, tap that heel, and come back up. And your cardio for this one does not involve the kettlebell. You're just going to do 10 jumping jacks, keeping those arms nice and straight. Okay? You set your alarm for 7 minutes, go through those 4 exercises, and I will be back after you complete that. Great job. You're on your last set. You're almost done. Last 4 exercises I'm going to go over with you, and you can finish this up. We're going to start with a deadlift. That's your lower body. You're using the glutes and the hamstrings. The main thing about this is you're hinging at your hips. You're keeping that kettlebell close to your legs. Don't lock out your legs. You're going to keep a slight bend in them, but they're pretty straight. And as I come up, I think glutes and hamstrings. My core is very tight, but what most people tend to do is as they bend forward and they start to lift up, they arch their back and lift, leading with their chest. That's going to put tension in your lower back. Whenever you start to come up, I want you to think, don't use your back. Only glutes and hamstrings. That's the key to this motion. You're bending over. As I come back up, I think glutes and hamstrings, and pull up. Going back down, and think pull up. That's your deadlift. If you feel it in your lower back, drop the weights and go through the motion 10 times with no weight at all. And tell yourself over and over again, glutes and hamstrings. Don't lead with your chest. Your upper body. We're going to do tricep. You can hold the kettlebell like this or like this. It doesn't matter which way you hold the kettlebell. You're going to put that kettlebell up above your head like this. This part of my arm is going to stay stationary. Only the forearm is going to do the motion. The tricep right here is what's going to be doing the lifting. And you're pulling it straight up. This part's stationary. The only part moving is that forearm. So I lift this kettlebell up above my head, just like this. When you put the kettlebell above your head, most people arch their back. So think, tuck those hips so that your back is not arched. And you have to remind yourself that as you're doing it. I drop that kettlebell back behind my head and lift straight up. This is one that you may need to use your lighter weight kettlebell for sure. Lifting straight up. As you can see from the front, my elbows are in nice and tight. Lifting straight up. That's a tricep extension. Your last core is going to be long leg obliques. So as you're doing this, beginners, you're just going to keep one leg on the ground, lift one leg up and touch it with the opposite arm. Put both arms out and bring the other arm up to touch the opposite leg. If you're a little bit more advanced and that feels easy, you're going to keep both legs up and not let them touch the ground and rotate between. One up, the other up. Okay? That's 10 of those. And then your last exercise is the 10 kettlebell swings again that we talked about. Hinging at the hips and pulling that through. 10 kettlebell swings. You're going to set that clock for 7 minutes and go through the deadlift, the tricep, the long leg oblique, the kettlebell swings. Repeat that again, the deadlift, the tricep. Keep going until your alarm goes off. And once your alarm goes off, you're done with your workout. The workout is on the website. If you'd like to print it out, you can go to our website, Cardio, Coffee, and Kale, and print out the workout. There's some other kettlebell workouts on there that are great. There's some lower body, some total body, and there's also a stretching video if you'd like to try after this, and on our YouTube page. You can do the stretching video with this. That'll help stretch out some of those muscles that you use. Great job.